My name is Erin, Tillman, the Dating Advice Girl. I'm a dating expert and radio personality here in Los Angeles. I'm here to give you practical tips that you can put into action immediately today to help get you where you want to be in your dating or relationship life. Calling out, maybe you wouldn't expect that I would be your dating coach because I'm in this package, but you know, I remember growing up in rural Ohio and having guys say to me, I can't date you because you're black. Okay, not trying to compare and contrast, but I've written over 100 articles for different online dating sites because I am the dating advice girl for a reason. I have some really great tips that I hope will help all of you. Ladies, it's time to own the fact that you're a big, beautiful woman. If people aren't into what they see, they're weeding themselves out and making your job easier, but it's up to you to project that confidence, okay? Do you have clear dating and relationship goals? Sometimes wanting to get the ring is like a higher priority than the person we're choosing.
The thing that we do is that we assume that everyone wants the same exact thing we want. And so the thing I encourage singles to do is get really clear about what you're looking for.
It's really hard sometimes to take a look at ourselves and be like, I'm really okay that I'm bisexual. Or I'm really okay that I like to date guys who are submissive. Or whatever it is, you know, it's just really be okay with that. Once you're okay with that, I guarantee there's at least one other person on this planet who's going to be into that. I guarantee it.
All right, thanks so much, Jamie. Now, Erin Tillman, also known as the Dating Advice Girl, is from right here in Dayton. Welcome, Erin.
Thank you. Glad to be here. And yes, I am here to help everyone in Dayton enjoy the dating process because so many people hate dating.
Well, you have 5 flags that we need to look out for if we're on a date. What are those top 5?
Yes. Well, first of all, it's Friday night. It's date night. You want to go out and have fun. The first red flag you should worry about is someone who doesn't make eye contact or has like closed off behavior, like arms
body
folded.
language.
Yeah, it's so important, you guys. And you know, I mentioned this, you should look out for those things, but also be aware of that yourself if you're going on a date. It's so important to not be closed off. And as a dating coach, I deal with more of the early stuff rather than the love long-term stuff. But I would say that in my estimation, love is a deep, energetic connection between two people who are committing to devote themselves to each other and evolve and share together. And that's just off the top of my head. I think that sometimes, and I'm not going to call either gender here, but sometimes we're so on a path of the end goal of marriage or a ring or that kind of thing that we overlook the person. I know so many couples who've gotten married and divorced within a year. Because again, they were like, oh, I know this, this year, I'm this age, I'm 30 or whatever, I want to have kids, I'm just going to pick somebody, they seem good enough, I'm going to do it. And so it's really important, you know, before you commit to someone, I encourage singles to date as much as they can, and I don't mean sleep with everyone if that's not their choice, but I just mean date as much as they can to know like what they like and what they don't like. So they're making a conscious choice about who they're choosing to partner with, you know, rather than just dating by default, as I like to say, you know, that there's never a good ending with that. But also, if someone proves to you by consistency and their actions that they're a good partner and they're reliable and they're honest and all of these things, over time, that person would be a great person to be in a relationship with, potentially.
I want to introduce Erin Tillman, my chat girl over there. She's the chat diva.
Woo!
Who has whipped herself into really top shape today. I was telling her how great she looked, and she really does.
Only today. I'm in shape
only for the
today.
one day. She's in shape for the one day.
My girlfriend just told me she was cheating on me last semester, so college, last semester with this guy we used to work with. Can I trust her at all? And the main question is, if someone lies to you, can you ever trust them again? You know, we're all human and we all make mistakes.
Right.
So the only way that he should take her back is if he's really willing to forgive her. Because I feel like sometimes people will take people back after they're cheating or that kind of stuff, but it's like they're really kind of still holding a grudge and not really giving that person a clean slate. It's really hard to do that, but I feel like that's the only way it could work.
Welcome to Baggage, where singles confess salacious secrets for a chance at romance. This is Erin.
I like a guy who likes to travel. I've traveled the world, so I enjoy that. I also like a guy who, you know, maybe speaks another language.
Je m'appelle Jerry Splanger.
So my radio show here basically is helping empower singles in the dating process. You know, the thing about LA specifically is that there are so many kinds of people in this town. So I help single people get really, really clear on what they're looking for. Because a lot of times single people aren't even clear with themselves what they actually want. We're in this really interesting time right now where it's not what our parents did. You know, because our parents and grandparents were expected to meet somebody, date them, and be with them forever. It's totally different for us. I'm a single guy, and I sometimes have a hard time telling if a girl is interested in me. Don't we all? You might be interesting to us, and we might want to hang out with you because you're interesting, but it doesn't necessarily mean we want a relationship or want to sleep with you. Your date can smell your dislike for dating a mile away. It might be time to change your attitude. There's like some fundamental rules of dating, and one of those is if someone is not getting back to you, they're not interested. There is no need to become a stalker. So basically, what I think I need to say is that your strategy shouldn't be about finding a date per se. Your strategy should be about getting out and meeting people and getting out there and being social. Because once you're social and you're out there, like I said, that's when you'll meet people that you'll be interested in dating. It's not going to do any good to be in your house and wish and hope and pray that you meet somebody. You got to get out there. People who don't take a hint and call or text you repeatedly without a response. Okay, let's get into it. It's so funny how like guys seriously take themselves out of the running by just having bad manners. So many times girls are willing to do things that you want us to do, but you blow it because you're not necessarily a gentleman or have any sort of etiquette. Be aware that Valentine's Day, it's not a big deal, but really it kind of is, okay? In a perfect world, it does seem like I wouldn't need to bring up talking about the fact that you have gout or that you have a third nipple. So all across the board, avoid the wedding talk, avoid the biological clock baby talk, and avoid the medical history, of course. So dating your boss, that's very interesting. I would usually advise against that. Dating in general, what do you think are the most frustrating things that happen?
I think just the instant disappointment, you know?
What would you say is one of the hardest things about dating in LA?
Honestly, trying not to have sex on the first date.
Oh, look at that!
We like a challenge, you know? So give us a little something to look forward to, at least for the second or third date.
See? Look at that right there. I got nothing. That is my advice. That would be my advice. That's awesome.
And that's it. Thank you.
I am Erin, the dating advice girl.